myhappydesires.com. Visit us at myhappydesires.com and add some toys to your toy box. Let your imagination be the guide to your stress relief. myhappydesires.com has everything for the perfect play night. Alone or not, you choose. Fuel your desires without breaking the bank. myhappydesires.com.
Everybody, it is Chris Akin, and it is time once again for Chris Akin Presents. And once again, as I did the other day, I'm going to bring you down with something absolutely morbid and horrible. There's a documentary on Tubi. It's a Tubi original. It's called Suburban Nightmare, Chris Watts. And this is, I'll be the first one to admit it, I watched just a ton of this serial killer type stuff. You know, I'm really interested in it. I don't want to say I'm a fan of it, because I'm not a fan of it, but I'm interested in it. I don't know about you, but I always watch this stuff and I'm like, how could these people do these things? What do I have that they're missing that allows them to just be this fucking heinous? And this guy might be the most heinous of them all. And that includes Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, I don't care who you name. This guy to me is the sickest fuck of all the sick fucks. Just brutal, this guy. Now, there was a documentary a couple of years ago about this guy on Netflix, and I watched that and we covered it on the Classic Metal Show. But when I saw that there was another documentary on Tubi, I was like, well, let me check this out. So I watched this. And this is a much better documentary than the one on on Netflix. So I'll tell you that up front, that if you watched the one on Netflix, you should still watch this one, because this one has a lot more detail and a lot more of the investigation and a lot more actual footage of this guy, you know, and his fall from his lies. So, but the backstory to this, if you are not aware of this guy, he lived in Colorado. He had a pregnant wife, 2 kids that were like 3 and 4 years old. And he started banging some other chick. You know, he started banging some chick from work. And so when that happened, the wife started feeling the distance. She actually took off for a month and a half, with her, just to spend time away and hopefully revive the relationship or whatever. She came back. The night she came back, he killed her, and then he put her in his truck, drove her out to one of these little oil field, buried her in some brush, and then dropped his 3 and 4 year old kids into these oil tanks. You know, literal oil tanks, and drowned his kids in oil tanks. And this guy, just unfucking believable how disturbed this guy is. But they have so much video of this guy, which is fascinating to me. So much video of them investigating him, and he's such a narcissist, which I guess is what all these guys are, but he's such a narcissist with the way he's looking at it, and says, they ask him to take a lie detector, and he's like, yeah, I'll do a lie detector, no problem, and thinking he's going to beat a lie detector. And sure enough, he fails the lie detector, and then everything falls apart from there. But, this thing points out so many different things with this sick bastard. One, it points out in great detail how much of a lie social media is. Anytime you see anybody just all loving and whatever on social media, assume it's a lie, because this is like the pentultimate case of social media being full of shit. Because online, they were the perfect couple. They just wanted to be portrayed as this perfect couple online, when in reality, he was cheating and banging some other girl, and And she was complaining to all her friends about what a disaster he was as a marriage and how their marriage was falling apart and everything else. So, and then he was such a disaster that he was able to do this. So it's intensely disturbing. But if you like these kind of crime docu-series, this is a good one for you. It's called, one more time, it's called Suburban Nightmare, Chris Watts. And he's a monumental piece of shit. I'll tell you that up front. He's a monumental piece of shit, but his story is almost beyond belief. So check it out. It's on Tubi, which means it's free. You don't have to pay for nothing. So make sure you check it out. Suburban Nightmare, Chris Watts. All right. And that is going to do it for Chris Akin, who is not a monumental, disturbed serial killer, just a dude. But that's going to do it for this episode of Chris Akin Presents. Make sure that you do all the things you're supposed to do. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, do all that stuff, would you? Please. I'd like to know what you guys think of this documentary if you've seen it, or after you watch it, if you could leave us a comment, that would be cool. And make sure you check back each and every day over at chrisakin.net to see what else we've got going on. I'm on like 15,000 different shows, so they're all kind of hubbed at chrisakin.net, so you can follow along with that, whether it's Classic Metal Show, Talk to Me, Aftershocks TV, or of course Chris Akin Presents. And that's it. So for Chris Akin Presents, I have been Chris Akin, and yep, tomorrow I will be again. So be with me to find out what else I'm watching. All right. See ya.
With trucker strikes and rising inflation, food shortages are becoming a big problem. Don't let yourself get caught unprepared. Buy a food survival kit today from My Patriot Supply and save. Over 2,000 calories a day to keep you healthy and strong, with a 25-year shelf life to ensure it's ready for you when the shit hits the fan. Go to www.bit.ly/CMSPN food. Order your supplies today and invest in yourself and your family now before it's too late. www.bit.ly/CMSPN food. My Patriot Supply.